Hello everybody, I'm going to show you guys how to change the headlights on this 4440 tractor. It's kind of interesting. I've got one side apart, so I'll show you the difference. The two sides actually come apart a little bit different. I'll show you. So this is the passenger side. See, both them lights are working. And what there is there's two bolts on the very back and the top. It's that top guy right there. There's one on this other side. It's hard getting the camera in there, but two bolts there, and then this whole assembly just pulls forward and comes out of there. On this side of the tractor, I've got it apart, but it's kind of different because on this one, there's two bolts underneath. Two bolts there and there, top and the back. You can see that guy right there. There's one on this other side. Barely see it there. So there's four bolts on this side, and then this whole assembly comes out. What happened is this light on this side quit working, but what I figured out is it was a bad connection inside. The light's pretty hammered anyway. While I got it apart, I think I'm just gonna change it out. But yeah, I wasn't sure how they come out. A lot of these lights in this rubber grommet, they just slide out, but not this guy. You gotta take this frame off and then I haven't got it apart yet, but I think you take that nut right there off the back of the light and then pull it out forward. So just want to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody, I'm back here working on these lights on this 4440. So I showed you a minute ago how to take all this assembly out with those bolts and stuff underneath. So after I took that whole dang thing apart, what I figured out that these lights just come out the front. So if you just have a bad bulb that needs to be changed, you can take a little flat head screwdriver, reach behind there, and that light actually just comes out the front. It just pops in that rubber grommet. So I took the whole thing apart, kind of figured that out the absolute hard way. Now that what happens is there should be enough wiring. So when you pull that out, the lights have just three little screws on it. You take the screws out, unland the wires off the back of the light, which is all fine and good, other than for me, the problem is the reason this light right here didn't work is because the wiring in the back was bad. It was just like a spade connector, and it was really corroded. It just wasn't making a connection. So my light bulb is actually good. The wiring in the back had lost the connection, so I was able to fix that. The light's really dim. I actually ordered some more lights for it. But anyway, wanted to show you guys that just because it is really quite simple to change a light bulb. But changing all that stuff or pulling this whole light assembly out is pretty simple too. Just a lot more work if you're just changing a light bulb. So for me, here's the bolts that I pulled out. They're all nasty, rusted, corroded. So I'm gonna put some anti-seize on them before I put it back together. So here's these bolts, pretty corroded. I just gooped some of this anti-seize on them. I've used this silver anti-seize. It works. I think really for this kind of stuff, it all works. I've used a copper-based anti-seize. I kind of like that. Some of the copper stuff comes in a spray can, and that's pretty handy. I happen to have some. Of course, the spray can's out, or plugged nozzle or something, but that's what I like to use. This old tractor, 40-year-old tractor, every time I put bolts and stuff back together, they're rusted or corroded, I put anti-seize back on. Seemed to help. I'm sure this tractor will be around a long time, so I'm sure I'll be taking these bolts apart again sometime. Well, there you go. You can see all the lights are working. So on this tractor, it's a high and a low beam. You know, when I'm farming out in the dark, I always run it on high beam. You can see that right light's pretty dim. Just getting old. I've ordered a new one, so it should be pretty easy to fix. But I'll tell you what, I sure like a lot of lights. You know, we do a lot of farming, baling hay at night. It's nice having good lighting. See how much brighter these two lights are, so I'll just replace them. Pretty expensive lights, honestly. They're about 40 bucks a piece. Kind of surprised about that, but there we go. The lights are fixed. Well, the lights are fixed. Let's try to share some of that with you. I actually looked on YouTube to see if I could find a video on how to change the lights on this tractor. I couldn't find one. I thought, well, I'll figure it out and put it on there. Hopefully it'll help somebody. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button.